Welcome back as we dive into what has become a vitally important conversation. And I say that by the reaction I'm getting from you guys at home. So we're going to dive right in again. No one wants to deal with piles. Yes, I said it. We don't want to talk about it, but we have to. Certainly if you need relief. For many, our everyday habits might be silently setting us up for discomfort. We have a lot more control than we think, from the way we sit even to what we eat to how we move our bodies. Even our bathroom habits can make a very big difference. So we're going to have that conversation vitally today. And we are joined by one of our favorites, general practitioner, Dr. Manoj Bhagwandeen, to talk about how small lifestyle shifts can prevent and help us manage hemorrhoids. And that's before they turn into something more serious, which can happen. I love you, Doc. Thank you so much for being here for us. I think a great place to start is we often feel like these afflictions happen to us, and we forget that we do have a lot of control before we even speak about medication. Prevention. How do we set ourselves up for success?
Good. Thanks, Graham. Thanks for having me on the show again. It's always a pleasure. I think the important thing to firstly understand is that this condition, hemorrhoids or piles, is a lot more common than we actually realize. It affects many more people, and it's a bit of a taboo subject to breach, actually.
Understandably, get it.
So the first thing is to make sure that you are, you address this condition with yourself, with your medical practitioner, etc. If there's concern. But as you said, it's vitally important that you know that you can actually prevent this, and if you do have it, you can actually minimize it progressing. Most important thing is diet. Diet and drinking plenty of water every day. Diet gives us fiber. Fiber gives us the bulk in the stool. This allows the stool to move freely and more efficiently through our intestines. Water acts as a lubricant. Anything that's lubricated moves more freely, so it's not going to get impacted, it's not going to become constipated, etc. The way we sit on the toilet, the duration we sit on the toilet when we go to the toilet, whether we spend our entire day...
at their husbands right now, rolling their eyes.
That's definitely become a big problem, where we sit on our phones in the toilet and for hours on end.
You're not going in there for a dopamine rush.
Yeah, definitely a no-no.
I love the fact that this speaks to very simple, practical things that we can do for ourselves. When we speak about, and I'm also thinking about the positive knock-on effect of looking after our gut because we're getting more fiber.
Absolutely.
What does that need to look like, though? When we talk about hydration, is that just 2 extra glasses of water a day? When we talk about fiber, is it our fibrous veggies and fruits? What would you recommend as a jumping off point?
Vitally important, and especially in a country like South Africa, where we tend to consume way too much processed foods, we've got to reintroduce whole foods. Whole foods meaning fresh fruit, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, beans into our diet. This is vitally important sources of good natural fiber.
Natural fiber.
Natural fiber, yeah. It's, apart from the overall gut health, it's also going to prevent constipation, which is then going to prevent and improve conditions like hemorrhoids or piles. Drinking water, you've got to make sure you consume your 2 liters of water every day. Keep a little flask or bottle with you wherever you go. It's not an inconvenience. It's become a trendy thing. And make sure you drink your 2 liters of water in addition to anything else that you are going to drink during the day, your teas and coffees.
Okay, the one doesn't substitute the other. You want that hydration, H2O, in its purest form. We speak about movement. Obviously, the sedentary side of life obviously plays a part, but just how we look after our bodies and move our bodies, does that play a role?
Absolutely. We've spoken about this on a previous segment. The overall health benefits of movement in general cannot be underestimated, right? When it comes to gut health, it is directly related to the motility of our gut. And if you understand what piles or hemorrhoid is, it's where the gut becomes a bit lazy, the pressure increases inside, it pushes these veins outside. So if you've got an efficiently moving and motile gut, you are going to actually improve, if not prevent, this particular condition. Apart from that, remember, regular exercise, regular movement strengthens our cardiovascular system, our veins and arteries. And this is a problem with the veins in the rectal area. So if you've got stronger veins there that are more resistant to stretching and inflammation, you're far better off than you would have been.
You mentioned inflammation. That seems to be a great connector across the board in so many medical spaces now, which I love the fact that we are identifying that issues with inflammation in the teeth can affect your heart. There's such a closed loop. What can help with inflammation generally? Is it a dietary thing? How would you approach that?
I think one of the most important things is actually our diet. You know, we now talk about an anti-inflammatory diet. It's got to do with eating, like I said, more natural food, more whole foods, organic foods, as opposed to the processed foods. Then stress levels. You know, that brings down cortisol levels, etc. We've spoken about that. So just leading a lifestyle that is less pro-inflammatory and introducing natural mechanisms to bring down your let's call it your baseline inflammatory level. Inflammation is a good thing. It helps us heal, etc.
It's what pushes our body
exactly.
to do that,
But where it becomes excessive, it then becomes a problem.
It shouldn't be your daily condition.
No, you should not be living in an inflammatory state consistently.
Thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of us just kind of get on with life and forget that you can do something about it. What do we do about it? If you could make one small recommendation today specifically in this lane when it comes to piles and hemorrhoids to prevent, what would that be?
Most important, change your diet. If you are suffering from this condition, make sure you're consuming a lot more fiber-containing diet foods, lots of water, at least 2 to 3 liters of water every day. Try to move. Do not sit for prolonged periods. Do not postpone the urge when you need to go to the toilet. Most people do this unless you have to. It's going to make it a lot more difficult. And I think the most important thing is, if you are concerned about this, if there's excessive bleeding, if it's prolonged bleeding, if there's inflammation, if there's irritation, if there's lumps and bumps there, please consult with your medical doctor. Do not feel embarrassed. This is something we deal with on a daily basis. Right, so please seek medical help if you're concerned.
I had my prostate checked recently, man. All bets are off, baby. All bets are off. There is no conversation I don't mind having. This one I actually love, because a lot of our viewers have spoken to me about how helpful it is to go there. So thank you for being that for us. Absolutely love our resident doc. But we have to let him go here and do his actual job today. But please be super nice if you see him. He is, I think, on the money, whether it's your diet, whether it's that daily routine, maybe your bathroom habits. Managing piles starts with everyday awareness, the little changes we can make today. And when you need extra support, please ask your pharmacist or your doctor about ACTIPROCT for gentle, effective relief when you really do need it. Plus, you guys also stand the chance of winning 2,000 Rand in cash as a nice added bonus, just to change the narrative a little bit. Simply reply to the competition post on that's the Expresso socials, and tell us this: what would you say to a friend who's struggling with hemorrhoid symptoms but feels too embarrassed to seek help, just like my friend in studio here? Don't forget to hashtag ACTIPROCT Relief. The competition closes on Sunday, the 28th of September. You can find T's and C's at expressoshow.com. I say it every day, this is a safe place, Carissa.
ACTIPROCT, the fast-acting gel for pile symptom relief. Reduces inflammation, relieves pain, soothes itch. Ask for ACTIPROCT gel. New from Adcock Ingram, on-the-go convenience.